Hello everyone, I'm Sanji. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If this isn't your first time and you've checked me out before, thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome. I'd very much appreciate it if you hit the subscription button and the little bell so that you will be notified when I upload new content. Okay, so let's get into it. We are discussing astrological pairings based on sun sign. In this video, we will be discussing Virgo. Who's a Virgo? Well, Virgos have birthdays that fall between calendar date August 23rd through and including September 22nd. So if you or your loved one has a birthday that falls on or in between those days, they are Virgo. So what are we doing? We are pairing up sun sign Virgo with every other sun sign on the astrological chart. And we're seeing what a typical relationship is like when you are paired with Virgo. Now, here's the disclaimer. Is this everything that'll happen in your relationship? Absolutely not. People are different and unique in their own ways. However, this is a general depiction of what could happen when your sun sign is paired with Virgo. Got it? Good. Okay, so let's talk about some general description of sun sign Virgo. Well, right off the top, Virgos are known for being quite thorough. What does that mean? Well, they are known as the perfectionist of the zodiac. Yeah. If you want something planned and done right the first time, you should probably get yourself a Virgo to complete the task. The Virgo is the smoldering intellectual type, all right? They have a fantastic eye for detail, and they love order, efficiency, and precision in all things, okay? Now, if you find intelligence and professionalism with a reserved demeanor, typically, then you're gonna love yourself a Virgo. Virgos have a very quick mind and typically a very good sense of humor in most things. A Virgo will lose patience if you are not quite as precise and proficient as you could be. But we'll talk about that later in the sun sign pairings, okay? They are the empathizers and the good listeners of the zodiac. So if you got a Virgo in your life and you're going through some things, they are the ones to tell your problems to and probably come up with a great solution for you too. Now, a common fault attributed to Virgo is that they are highly critical of themselves and others. They are likely to have trouble relaxing as they are so efficient that Virgos just keep going and going and going. And being idle seems like a waste of time to most Virgos. So, they are typically reserved people, and they don't relax and let their hair down, so to speak, until they know you. Virgos are known to be the observers of the zodiac, a lot like Scorpio, but slightly different. They are analytical, discriminating about who they spend their time with, and quite reliable once you have a Virgo in your life. Now, Virgos typically have a great sense of humor, as I said, which can be quite off-putting at first because they are so reserved and professional about most of the things that they do. Now, they can be seen as picky, aloof, sarcastic, pessimistic, and sometimes whiny. Sorry, Virgo. They said it. I didn't, all right? Now, they're highly critical of themselves and others, but that is because they're seeking perfection. And typically, a Virgo will be a lot harder on themselves than they are on you. Now, their self-imposed modesty, however, is quite endearing. They're very sweet and kind people. Some people think, well, because they are so reserved and laid back and they keep a very professional exterior, that can sometimes lead to being called boring. No, not at all. As I said, Virgos have a very good sense of humor, quick wit, and they are also known as the secret freaks of the zodiac. Bet you didn't know that. Oh yeah, a Virgo will not let their guard down and let you see just how freaky they can be until they trust you. So, if your Virgo hasn't quite let you into their secret place, keep working at it. It's in there. Now, they analyze love and they seek perfection in all things. They are typically loyal to you, so they're great partners. Unless they're unsatisfied in your relationship, then you might have yourself a problematic Virgo. Conversations and intellectual connections tend to be what's most important to them. And they are typically neat and very well-groomed people. Virgos have been portrayed as the nagging, uptight type, but that is quite the contrary. That's a really bad name that's been given to Virgo. In fact, Virgos can be and are lots of fun in most settings. So, if you've got yourself a Virgo, you've got somebody that's quite interesting. How they'll match up with you? Well, stay tuned when I tell you what it's like for your sign to be matched with sun sign Virgo. Hello, Virgos with Aries. Welcome to your matchup. Well, right off the bat, this isn't a matchup for the faint of heart. That's right. Aries, this might be a bit much for you unless you do some adjusting. Mostly because you two are completely opposite regarding your temperaments, okay? Aries is impulsive and leading with their heads, can be quite aggressive at times, where Virgo is typically more conservative, a thinker, practical, laid back. They don't typically rush in, okay? Now, Aries, your passion is sometimes misread as aggressiveness. And Virgo has little tolerance for that because Virgo typically is the person that has studied the details. So when you proceed head first because your passion has been sparked and something has ignited that, and so you are 100% all the way in, the fact that Virgo isn't as committed to it initially can sometimes rub Aries wrong and have Aries questioning the commitment level of Virgo. And that's not true. So you two are just reading each other incorrectly. Virgo is seeing Aries as too much, too fast. They really will see you as doing too much. And Aries, on the flip side, you will look at Virgo as though they are boring and non-committed. So that's something that you need to watch out for. Now, Virgo, the fact that you like to take a back seat and focus on efficiency and details isn't a bad thing in this matchup. What needs to happen is that the two of you need to play each other's strengths. So when Aries is rushing in and full steam ahead on this particular project, you can be the point person to make sure that everything stays on task regarding Aries' newfound passion. Okay? Now, if you two can stay on the same page, then you have the potential for a winning relationship. All right? So, now Aries, you may find Virgo to be particularly critical of your style and the way that you do things. And that's guaranteed to cause a problem for you, Aries. But here's something to consider. When Virgo is offering their critique to you, don't take it offensively as an attack on you and your method of doing things, but take it instead in the manner in which it was hopefully given, which was to make you more proficient and efficient at what you're doing. All right? Now, here's where I put a disclaimer in, okay? Because there's a fine line between someone offering their critiques in a helpful and positive manner and someone being mean, nasty, and hurtful, right? Huge difference. That we're not talking about the latter. If you or your partner is being mean, nasty, hurtful, and abusive, then I ask whoever you're with and yourself to check yourself, because nobody deserves to be in a relationship where they are being demeaned, okay? Relationships are supposed to help us be our best self, not create a whole new self where we feel selfless, okay? So, just wanted to put that out there. No one has the right to make you feel less than terrific, all right? Good. Back to Aries with Virgo. Now, the key to Virgo is to look at their motives, okay? Because it's very unlikely that what they're offering you is in any way meant to harm or demean you, not when we're talking about healthy relationships, all right? Instead, what they're saying should be looked at as a means of keeping you more efficient and therefore closer to getting your win, all right? Now, Virgos do seek perfection, and that's just who they are. So, the thing to remember is that Virgo may be asking you for perfection, but they are asking themselves for that same level of perfection, if not more. So, this isn't one of those times when someone is asking you to give something that they're not willing to give themselves. That's not typically who Virgo is. If they're asking you for the best, that's because they are typically trying to give you their very best too. Okay? Now, Aries, you're going to need to take things slow with your Virgo initially. Virgos often don't like to rush into relationships or make rash decisions about long-term things. Remember, Virgos like detail, so they need to know exactly who it is they're getting themselves involved with. So yes, they will be a little standoffish at first initially. They will be a little private and closed up initially, but as trust is gained and they become more assured that what you two have is something worth investing themselves in, your Virgo will open up and you will all of a sudden have yourself this wonderful new person who's kind of freaky. All right? So, if you can do that, if you Aries can be patient, this can be a star-studded matchup with the adjustments. So, I mentioned that you have to get to the trust. Well, there are some surefire ways to do that. We also talk about how do you get your Virgo to expose that very guarded, freaky side of them. And how do you get around all that nitpicking from your Virgo mate? Well, stay tuned. I tell you that and more in part 2. Go to sanji.com, click on Virgo with Aries, and there you'll find me telling you how do you survive the Virgo nitpicking and make your relationship with them a success. Thanks for watching. See you on part 2. And of course, please hit subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you on part 2. Bye-bye.